Alright there guys, and welcome back to the second channel. We're back with Real Talk. And you may notice what date it is. It is November the 9th. What does that mean? Well, it means a few things. Number one, it is the 1 year anniversary of when Michael Buffer said those famous words. 57-56, and the winner by split decision from the United Kingdom, The Nightmare, KSI. That's right, 1 year ago today, JJ beat Logan in the Staples Center. It's mad to think it's already been a year since that happened, hasn't it? But no, that's not what we're here to talk about. Any viewers of this channel who have been watching since 2017, so this channel specifically, you may have picked up on the fact that every single November the 9th that this channel has been going, I have made a video called Why Mock Exams Are a Waste of Time. And I have done this 3 times in the past. November the 9th, 2017, November the 9th, 2018, and November the 9th, 2019. Yep, guess what? Welcome to Why Mock Exams Are a Waste of Time, Part 4. Although I guess the title is a little bit clickbait this time. Mainly because this time, for 2020, mock exams have been more important this year than they've ever been. But I'm still calling the video Why Mock Exams Are a Waste of Time Part 4 because it fits in with how the series I've structured this mini-series. But yeah, we're actually going to have a 4th year in a row where on November the 9th, I talk about this very subject. To think I was 16 when I first ever talked about this subject, and now I'm nearly 20. Anyway, so why have I criticised mock exams those past 3 videos in the past 3 years? Well, mainly my own experiences was a big part of it. As in 2017 when I made the video, I had just failed all of my exams at school. And felt like, because they were so different to the mock exams, that the mock exams are pointless because they don't represent what you're actually gonna be doing on the exam. Which is still accurate, that still technically is true. Mock exams will never be 100% worth it, because there could be something on the mock exam that never appears in the real exam once. And it's like, what's the point in learning? So it's like, I remember at school, so many things that we learned, right, closer to the exam dates were not on any of the exams, which is quite unfair if I'm honest. But yeah, I criticised the exams saying they were a waste of time because they do not represent what's going to be on the proper exam. Then we made the part 2 in November of 2018 where I had been and done my first year at college, and I was really pissed in that video because I remember in my English mock exams, specifically, in the first one, I got a grade 4, which is equivalent to a C, right? And in the second mock exam I did for English, I got a 6, which is the equivalent to the high B's and possibly even low A's. I potentially got an A on that mock exam, which was a first for me. Which, if you added both of my mock exams together, since they were two papers, the part of the same exam curriculum, I was 5 marks off an A overall. Imagine that. Imagine me passing English, getting an A instead of a C, which is what I actually ended up getting 1 year later after that. But yeah, I got a B overall, just this many marks off an A. And then it came to the real exam, and I got a D, which nowadays would be a 3. That was perfect proof that a mock exam doesn't represent how you do in a mock exam does not represent how you are going to do in the real exam. And not only that, on the final mock exams in 2018, David got a U on his mock exam. David didn't even get a grade. And then he went and got a 4, and then he went and got a C in the real thing. I was pissed, understandably. Anyone would be if they see someone who just blatantly is not trying and completely flukes it, where you've actually put in time, effort, and hard work to come back with nothing. So yeah, then we fast forward to November of 2019, where I've finished my second year at college just 3 months ago at the time. And this one was a lot more accurate. This one was more accurate to disprove the name of this series. As in my mock exams, I just barely scraped through a C, and in the real exam, which was in June of 2019, I also got a C, which I found out in August of 2019. So that was the year that could still kind of disprove the name of this series. But then we fast forward to now, 2020. So due to Corona, schools and colleges were closed down back in March and weren't reopened again properly until September, just 2 months ago. That's 6 months of education gone just like that. But with schools and colleges being closed in June, which is when exams take place, which is when all the exams take place, how are they going to determine the exams were going to be done? Well, this is where mock exams come in and actually come in clutch, as basically the last mock exams that everyone did just become their final grade. This is how Connor managed to get a 5 in English. So yeah, Connor ended up passing English and then doing better by an entire grade than me, which I'm fine with, because let's be honest, I'm not one of those friends that always wants to be better than always wants to be better than my friends. I want my friends to do well. I'm not one of those people that say this, like, they want their friends to do well, but not as well as them. I'm not that friend. I'm happy that Connor did better than me, because he'd failed English 3 times in a row. I failed it twice. He failed it 3 times, and then he comes out and bang, gets a B, which beats me, and I'm like, hell yeah, go on. He unfortunately did not succeed the same in maths, but even Shay managed to get a C in English thanks to mock exams. And I was happy for him too, because it was looking like he was never going to pass. He was really struggling. But thanks to mock exams, they have saved him, and I was happy for him as well. Yes, you can go on and moan about how, oh, they didn't have to put in as much effort into passing their English as I did, which is true, but why do you even care? It's like, why do you even care? It's not really going to affect you. I'm very glad they both passed their mock exam, their exam. Because they never have to think about it ever again. Just, that's how... Of course, as I've said before in previous episodes of this mini-series, I never really got to reap the rewards, really. The most rewarding way to do it is go to college and only do the course that you went there to do, and not have to do English or maths on top of that. Just your course, nothing else. Why that's so much better? Well, first of all, that means every day you would have had maths and English is now shorter by a couple of hours, potentially. Days you might have had to go in earlier to do maths and English, you no longer would have to go in early for. Like, if I'd passed English in 2018 instead of 2019, my second year at college, on Tuesday, I wouldn't have had to go into college until dinner time, instead of mid-morning. I wouldn't have had to be in college till dinner time. And on the Wednesday, the day after, I would have been able to go home at dinner time instead of mid-afternoon. So yeah, going to college after passing your exams is where you truly reap the rewards and feel satisfied. Because there's all this stuff that you don't have to do anymore, that you did have to do the previous year. It just makes you feel better. It's like, maybe I made a mistake choosing not to go to college for a third year. Maybe I made a mistake, but I'm too old now. At this point, I'm too old to go back for free. And we just can't afford, so I can't go back. Looking for a job is what I'm going to be doing. I say that like I've not spent the last year and a half doing that, which I have, and gotten nowhere. But anyway, nothing. Enough about that. So are mock exams truly a waste of time? Well, with 2020, the answer to that question would be no. Do I still believe overall they're a waste of time? Yes, because let's be honest, whatever Che and Connor did in their mock exams, the real exam that they would have gotten in June of this year would have been totally different. Would have been very different. The papers would be very different to what they did in their mock exams. They'd be very different. They'd have to do different. There'd be different questions, different everything. So, in a way, it is lucky for them. But let's be honest. If you passed your exams through doing that through that way, you'd be happy with that, and you know you would. Don't complain and say, oh, it's so unfair that they got to pass their exams without actually having to do with the real ones. You'd love to pass your exams without actually having to do the main one. I would, and you would too. So yeah. That's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on all my social medias. And until tomorrow, for another main channel video, catch you later.